Why do 92% of people fail to achieve their New Year's resolutions every year? What's stopping them from making a lasting change in their life? What if I told you there's actually a really easy way that you can achieve your goals and build some amazing habits while you're at it? What I've realized as I've been doing my research is that the reason that people aren't achieving their goals isn't due to a lack of willpower, but it's from the lack of a proper system. So in this video, we're going to create a powerful 90-day plan that is not only going to be about setting goals, but is going to be about creating a system that's going to motivate us into daily action while consistently working towards our goals. We've all heard of the challenges like the 75 hard or the Project 50 challenge, but what these challenges aren't teaching you is how to actually systemize your goal setting so that you can actually maintain the motivation to stay on track and accomplish these goals. So not only are we going to build a system together today, I've also included a free Notion template in the description box below so that you can use it to follow along with the system. Okay, on to the system. So the system that we're going to be building in this video is called the RPE system. RPE just stands for Reflect, Plan, and Execute and Review. The reason I'm going with 90 days is because it's a quarter of the year, which is just enough time so that we can actually make super effective changes to our life without feeling overwhelmed and burnt out. When we are setting goals for the entire year, it can be easy to forget about those goals halfway through when things get busy, but when you're looking at a smaller time frame like a quarter, it makes it a lot easier for you to stay on track. It also exceeds the average amount of time it takes a human being to create a new habit. So as we're accomplishing these goals, we are trying to build in new healthy habits that stick as well. Okay, so let's dive into building the RPE system. Starting with step one, which is to reflect, we're going to use this popular and powerful framework called the Wheel of Life to really reflect and identify the areas in our life that needs work. The Wheel of Life is a super simple yet efficient visual tool that will help us see exactly which areas of our lives we're thriving in and which areas need more attention. Creating the Wheel of Life is super simple, so take a sheet of paper and draw out a circle. This circle represents all the different areas of your life. Next, you want to break down the circle into 8 sections, which are going to represent all of the critical, important aspects of your life. Those sections are going to be health, career, finance, personal growth, fun, relationship, physical environment, and spiritual wellness. Once you have these 8 sections divided up in your Wheel of Life, we're then going to go into each section and rate out of 10 how satisfied we feel about those specific areas in our life. 1 is going to mean that it needs a lot of attention, and 10 is going to mean that you are feeling fully satisfied with that aspect of your life. For example, if you feel like you've been really killing it in your career this year, the career portion of the pie can be something high like an 8, 9, or 10. I do want to say though, I rarely ever put a 10 because I don't believe that we can fully be satisfied with one area of our life. The way that I look at all areas of my life is that there's always going to be room for improvement. It's just about prioritizing which areas are needing attention right now and which areas that you feel pretty good about that you can continue to grow, but it's not a priority. The reason this reflect step is so important is because before we go in and set our 90-day goals, we want to make sure that we know exactly what is going on in our heads and in our lives so that we can set goals and intentions to focus on the areas that are most important. In my personal Wheel of Life, the areas that I've identified that require the most attention right now are my spiritual wellness, my personal growth, and fun. I give my spiritual wellness a 5 because although it's something that I have interest and intention in improving, I just have not been giving it any of my time and energy at all, and it's something that I really want to get back into. That is also related to my personal growth or personal wellness as well. I feel like I used to read a lot more self-help books and just really be more intentional about how I'm taking care of myself mentally. The other area that I feel like I haven't really been giving time to is fun. It's not that I don't have fun doing the stuff that I do. Like I love reading. I actually really enjoy creating videos and ideating for videos and talking to the community. But a lot of these things have to do with work or are tied to work for me. And honestly, currently, there isn't really anything in my life that I do purely just for fun. So I gave that section a 6 as well. After that, I rated health, physical environment, and relationships a 7. So it's doing pretty well well, but there's definitely still room for growth. In the Notion template that I've included in the description, you'll see a diagram of the wheel of life, as well as all the different areas listed below so that you can give your rating. That sits at the top of the page because it's something that we want to keep in mind while we carry on with our RPE system. So if you don't want to draw out your own wheel of life, you can use the Notion template. Step 2 is planning. So now we have this excellent starting point for actually getting into the planning stage, which is where we're going to be doing our goal setting. It's also the stage of the system where we're going to be mapping out exactly what this 90-day challenge is going to look like. Using the data that we got from the reflect step, we can start setting our NICE goals. NICE goals are essentially goals that are near-term, input-based, controllable, and energizing. It's a variation of the SMART goal format, which I think is really popular and most of us probably know, but the difference is that we're really focusing on narrowing down our goals into really specific near-term and input-based goals while making sure that they are energizing us as well. I think also the controllable aspect is really important too, because sometimes we set these lofty goals for ourselves without realizing that those specific goals are kind of out of our control. So for example, if I'm trying to achieve a goal of 200,000 YouTube subscribers, sure, there are things that I can do to work towards that goal, but in reality, actually hitting that number of 200,000 subscribers is completely out of my control. If you already have some lofty or bigger goals in mind, or you've written down New Year's resolutions for this year, you can actually use those goals and work backwards to build your NICE goals. So for example, if one of your goals is to become a better reader, the NICE goal for that would be, I am going to read 4 books a month. 2 of them are going to be fiction and 2 of them are going to be nonfiction, and I'm going to spend 1 hour a day doing that. Looking back at the areas of your life that we want to give attention to from our wheel of life, I want you to write down 1 to 3 goals for each area that you said needed attention. Depending on how many areas you felt needed attention, this could be very few goals or a lot of goals. So for me personally, since health is an area that I want to do better in, I wrote down I want to go to the gym 4 days a week, I want to eat 1 clean meal a day, and I want to go on a walk daily. Personal growth is another area that I ranked quite low. So for that, I wrote I'm going to spend 1 hour learning something new each day, and then I'm going to write down exactly what I learned. Once you have your list of NICE goals that you potentially want to work on over the next 90 days, let's figure out exactly which ones we actually want to prioritize for this challenge. The point of having the RPE system is to ensure that we are not burning out and that we are not overwhelming ourselves into creating a bunch of different tasks that don't fit into our schedule and that we can't actually realistically accomplish. I personally decided on 9 goals that I'm going to work on over the next 90 days. This is the portion that might be a little bit different for everyone. I think it depends on the goals that you are setting, as well as what current engagements you have going on in your life. So if you're a full-time student, if you're working a full-time job, we need to take these things into consideration as we're building out this system. My 9 goals are to go to the gym 4 days a week, to do yoga at home 2 days a week, to go for a walk daily, spend 1 hour a day learning something new and writing down what I've learned, allocating 1 day a week for just connecting with people, spending 1 hour a day doing something fun, sell 1 thing every week, that's for my physical environment category, eat 1 clean meal a day, and to create 1 video a week. So all of those goals follow the NICE format for me, but what I'm going to do now is actually try to break down those goals into daily actionable steps. I know I mentioned that we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, but we also want to make sure that we're challenging ourselves as well. So for me personally, I go to the gym 4 days a week, which is fine, but then I want to change my do yoga at home 2 days a week to 3 days a week, so that between going to the gym and doing yoga, I'm moving my body 7 days a week. I did write down allocating 1 day a week for just connecting with people, so I'm going to change that into messaging someone I love at least once a day. For sell one thing every week to improve my physical environment, aka to declutter, I'm going to pick out one thing every day to get rid of over the next 90 days. And then for my last goal, which is to create one video a week, I'm gonna write down, brainstorm one video idea every day. So you see how I'm taking those goals that aren't daily goals and breaking them down into how I can achieve that goal through a daily action. If you're struggling with this goal setting portion, one question that I really like to ask myself is, what would a better version of me look like after 90 days? Sometimes it's nice to visualize like what would actually make me feel like I accomplished something and then work backwards from that. So in my case, if after 90 days I come out more educated about something, I come out fitter and healthier, I come out with a less cluttered space, those are things that are going to make me feel so accomplished. So I have daily actions that are going to help me achieve that better version of me. All right, we're on to step 3, which is to execute and review. Now that we have this list of daily actions that we want to achieve over the next 90 days, it's important to remember that our goal here is not only to, well, accomplish those goals, but it's actually to build those steps into habits as well. When we're able to turn an action into a habit, it essentially allows us to automate that action and have it come from muscle memory and fully integrate into our daily routine. The way that we're going to be doing this is by keeping in mind James Clear's 4 laws of behavior change, which are to make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. So for example, if you want to make these daily actions more obvious for yourself, I would write little sticky notes to remind myself of these goals and put them in super obvious places. So for example, one of my goals is to eat 1 clean meal a day. I'm going to put a sticky note on my fridge that says that. So every time I'm going to make food, I will remember that that is one of my goals for the day. You also need to make your daily actions more attractive. So for example, if I hate going to the gym, but that's one of my goals, I can make it more attractive by finding a podcast or a YouTuber that I love and consuming that content while I work out. Next, you want to make it easy. So again, taking the gym example, I can do something like putting out my workout clothes and my workout shoes the night before so that when I wake up, I don't have to think about anything else except putting on those clothes and getting my butt to the gym. And finally, you want to make it satisfying as well. This is also why we have that Notion template, because something that is going to make these daily actions feel really satisfying is not only improving yourself, but also visually seeing that you are improving over time. So in the Notion template, I've included a tracker so that you can visually see yourself accomplishing things day after day. As you're accomplishing your goals, it's really important to actually look back and review how those goals are going and how you're feeling over the course of the 90 days. Execution is also about adjusting. So if you feel like you need to adjust any of your goals or how you execute them over the course of the next 90 days, feel free to do that. Because again, the goal of this is not to burn ourselves out. So if going to the gym 7 days a week is leaving you in absolute shambles and you feel like crap at the end of your day, then maybe dial it back and switch 4 of those gym days to a yoga day at home, or switch 2 of them to a stretching day. Yes, it's important to challenge ourselves, but we want to make sure we're listening to our bodies as well and that we are not just consistently overexerting ourselves for 90 days. Another method that I like to use for reflection is the morning pages exercise. The morning pages exercise actually comes from the book, The Artist's Way, and it's a tool that tons of successful and creative people use to really help unlock their full potential. It's also super simple. All you have to do is get a notebook, and every single morning before you start your day, write out 3 full pages of just free-flowing thoughts. Whatever is going on in your mind, jot them down. It doesn't have to be in full sentence structures. You're not writing a novel about your day. Just whatever is coming to mind, jot them down and make sure you fill out 3 whole pages of it. The original purpose of this exercise is actually to free up your mind from anything that might be coming from the day before or the week before, so that you feel more ready to tackle your day. But I also find that within those 3 pages, stages, I always end up reflecting on how I'm feeling about certain things. So for me, this is the perfect exercise to use to reflect while I'm going through this 90-day challenge. So that's the RPE system, reflecting with our wheel of life, planning those daily actionable steps, and then executing and reviewing that plan. As we wrap up the creation of this system, I want you to remember that the goal of this challenge isn't just to reach the end of the 90 days, but to learn about yourself and better yourself along the way. Each step that you've listed out is literally tailored to help you become the best version of ourselves. And that's something that you should keep in mind as you're embarking on this 90-day journey. So I'm personally going to be doing this 90-day challenge, and I'm going to be vlogging it along the way. If you do decide to do this challenge with me, let's keep each other accountable. I do have a Discord server for the YouTube family, so I'm gonna create an accountability channel in that server so that we can be accountability buddies as we go through this challenge. I wanna hear what your goals are, how your progress is going, and what you're struggling with, because those are all of the things that I'm gonna be showing you in some vlogs. I feel like having an accountability buddy always makes whatever you're trying to accomplish easier, so make sure you go and check out the Discord. If you enjoyed this video, you should go watch this video next, where I talk about how to get out of a rut in 3 simple steps. I am super excited to get started with the 90-day challenge, so I will see you in the Discord as well as in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.